Yo, what's good everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another episode of Road to Number 1 in the world on Geoguessr. Let's see where we are in the world at the moment. We had a super successful episode last time and we sit at 65th in the world at the moment, which is the highest we've been in quite a while. So the new tactic is to stand still, make most of our guesses while we are completely still, and then to only move when it's really necessary, when we're not sure about the country, or when we can really improve our guess a lot by moving to a sign or something like that. But essentially here, the tactic is to stay pretty still and to go for more of those fast guesses, which I'm kind of known for, or which I enjoy the most. Anyway, first one here is like Slovakia, I thought. Maybe Italy as well. I guess Italy. It looks like an Italian font on the sign here. We don't have any antenna as well, but I just want to hop here, see if we can see a car number plate or anything like that here. We should be able to see some short plates here. Do we actually see short plates? It might actually just be Slovakia after all. Yeah, I think we're in Slovakia then. Let's see some languages here, well, quickly here. I mean, I know I said we wouldn't be moving much, but it is a good idea, I think. So this was pretty hilly. I might just go to the center of the country here. And we'll see soon enough. Also, .sk, that's perfect. And it was in Žilina there, which is good, so we don't lose too many points. Indeed, we gained 300. Not a bad start there. Got a bit confused, but hey, we came through. I mean, those highway rounds are kind of baity all the time anyway. Next one here, rock walls, kind of this kind of vibe. I mean, Mediterranean Gen 2 is something where we probably want to move around just to get the idea. This fence is quite Greek though, so I want to see if I can see any evidence of Greek here as we kind of come to the crest here. Everything feels fine for Greece. I could also see Italy, but I would go Greece here. I think Greece is actually quite good. Could also be, well, it could be like Sardinia or Sicily, and it could also be Crete, just because it is quite dry here. So I'm curious to see where this actually is. But yeah, I think I got Greece most of all here, just hoping it's not Spain or something. So let's see here, and it was indeed Sicily. That makes sense. Yeah, going southern Greece, southern Italy, very similar. But on the bright side, our opponent does not pick it up. By the way, I cannot remember what rating this opponent was, so I'm not really sure how I should be playing. But regardless, we're going quickly here anyway. This looked like a Portuguese number plate. It is, and the whole climate feels a bit further south to me. Probably just going to go Lisbon here, to be honest. Like, it doesn't feel super north. I wonder if there is any like good clues on here, by the way. Actually, these ferns feel a bit further north, so I could actually be wrong. I mean, urban environment's always hard to tell, but I was looking at these planted trees, kind of felt a bit more of like a colder climate. So let's see what it actually is here. Was further north there in... Oh, our opponent doesn't guess. So yet another example of why these quick guesses are really good, because maybe our opponent just didn't know about Portuguese number plates, and all of a sudden we come through with a really nice result. So really it is just a better tactic for me overall. This should be somewhere in Sweden or Finland. Now, I actually don't know. Betania feels more Finnish, does it not? And we don't have, like, that many Volvos either. So I feel like this is just Finland. I'll go for it. It could still be Sweden. It's actually kind of hard to tell sometimes, but this view also feels pretty Finnish as well. Like, it's, the architecture is a bit different, a bit more boxy overall, I would say. I feel good about Finland here, but I guess we'll find out soon enough what it actually is. And indeed, it was just north of Helsinki there. Our opponent goes Estonia, but is actually a pretty good guess, so only 111 points damage there. So yeah, definitely got the vibe there eventually. This one is going to be Malaysia. Definitely a country where moving is actually not a bad idea. Well, let's go and see the traffic lights here. So traffic lights are kind of that kind of northern style here. Any black stickers? Yeah, we do have a black sticker here. Just kind of generic here. So I want to go Terengganu, where you often see the orange painted traffic lights, which I learnt when I was doing a bit of research. So certainly could be there. Indeed, yeah. I feel like Kelantan, Terengganu probably most likely here. So I like the guess. We also have the black Google car though, so that's more of a south meta. So I guess it could be Pahang as well. Yeah, it was Terengganu there. Very nice indeed. Our opponent goes in Philippines. So obviously that is GG's right there. Let's see, do we gain anything from that duel? Only 1 point, yeah. Didn't surprise me. The opponent was kind of struggling under the pressure there. But hey, 1 point is 1 point. Takes us to a new PB. That is technically a new PB with that extra point we gained. And we're against a 1,100 rated plus player here. We'll wave back and let's see what's on the first round here. Mexico? No, Chile. And this should be somewhere near Santiago. So I think putting on the pressure here, we just go Viña del Mar, and we should be relatively close here. This doesn't give me like super north vibes because the mountains are covered in trees. And yeah, he goes Santiago. We are closer in Viña del Mar, but only slightly, 118 points. Hey, good start. Again, putting on the pressure. I like it. I like it. Especially against the lower rated guys, but against the better guys as well, it's also good. This is Sweden, I believe. Though I don't really have any good evidence to back that up. I think these These curbs are quite, yeah, I'm going to go for it here. These curbs are quite Swedish, I think. These kind of checkerboard ones, often found there. Now, if we move over, oh, it was Gothenburg. Okay, there was probably a sign nearby. It's really not bad damage. They're only like 600 points. That's fine. We can definitely deal with that. Almost, yeah, not too bad. Okay, next one here. What have we got? Like some European-looking cars here. Signage would appear to be what? I don't know. Let's go to the corner here. And see what we have. Okay, the street signs would say Utsa, so that would be these are the Budapest street signs, I believe. So we can just go straight for it there. It was indeed Budapest. Okay, not too bad there. Yeah, they have like a Roman numerals on them, and they're kind of white squares like that. Definitely not an easy round, minus that meta, but, you know, it can be good to move for something like that, definitely. Next up here, we go quickly, and we go in Colombia, I would say. Could also be Ecuador, so I might just go straight away here. Might be worth, actually, just checking what the car is here, because if it's black, then we can go definitely in Colombia. Opponent actually guesses here, so I guess we can go for extra info. It is the black car, so we can definitely go Colombia here, although I wouldn't be surprised about South. It did kind of remind me of a southern vibe, so I might kind of just, you know, hedge it a little south here. Let's go like here, should be fine. And okay, well, it's just all the way north there. Really good plonk from our opponent, unfortunately, so more damage for them, but hey, it's still nothing we can't overcome. And really quick guesses from our opponent. Okay, I like this. This looks like Russia. That's probably good for us, to be honest. Yeah, it is, and it's very grassy, and it feels very eastern as well, so I think I'll just go for the guess here. Ulan Uda, like anything around here works fine, I think. At least I think so. We'll find out soon enough, but yeah, we've got green roofs. It's like a very Siberian thing, and then like these mountains surely were somewhere around Baikal area. So yeah, oh, it was Yakutsk. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought the hills were too big for Yakutsk, but that's almost knockout damage right there. It is. Wow, super well played from our opponent. Just smashed us out the park. That's actually really well played. So we'll go again. I feel like we can beat him next time if he plays again, but no, we're playing against Yelka there. I mean, well, that was just such a performance. I mean, the Yakutsk is not easy there. I think those hills are about as big as you could ever hope to see in Yakutsk, so definitely a unique looking round. This should be somewhere in Poland. We got a Polish crossing sign here, so go quickly. Yeah, they don't have any stripes on the Polish crossing signs, so that is the way it works over there. See if we see anything else here. Not too much. Oh man, it would have been nice to win that last one just because it would have been good points on offer. That was all the way northwest there. Not really sure if I could have gotten that vibe. Poland's very difficult to region guess in, but a good start, I guess. Next one here, like a striped guardrail is interesting. We should be somewhere in... We've got car meta here. Do we have the roof rack? We do, so it should be somewhere in Guam. Bit of a cheeky one, that one, but the roof rack does just peek through here ever so slightly in Guam. And against a opponent this rated, it can give you massive points, because they might think it's just Puerto Rico or something like that. I remember for a long time, I wasn't bothered to learn the difference between Northern Mariana, Guam, all that kind of stuff. But it does help, obviously, in duels where they show up a whole lot. And yeah, our opponent goes in Samoa there. American Samoa does have coverage, Samoa does not. And that's already just ridiculous amounts of damage, yeah, getting across the ocean like that. And Guam's so small, if you know the meta, you just smash them out of the park. Okay, this one is Russia, obviously. I thought of southern Russia here. We have like a lot of brick architecture and whatnot. Let's just get up on the hill here. I kind of want to see down. Yeah, we have like a lot of southern kind of feeling trees here. So I don't really know where to go, but I think southern Russia is good. But yeah, long antenna. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know here. I think we should just go for our guess here and put the pressure on, right? So, I guess Krasnodar is really the only option that this would likely be. Just with the hills as well, right? Because like Krasnodar has long antenna plus hills, whereas like this is probably more likely to just be somewhere up here near Samara. I don't know. I'm probably just, yeah, we got like birch trees. I don't think it's down there, but if it is, then we win, and if it's not, then our opponent probably just goes Moscow and gets closer. Let's see. Okay, let's just Rostov instead. Again, Rostov being that hilly. 2 times today we had Russian cities I didn't know were hilly, being very hilly, and our opponent gets a good guess as well, so well done to them. Next one here, what have we got going on here? Baltic kind of vibe here, long antenna though, and we have what appear to be Polish signs, yeah. That's like kind of white sticker with the kind of greyish back of the sign, very Polish. So I would expect this to be north. I'm not really sure where north. Our opponent's German sounding name, so I wonder if they have been to Poland at all or know anything about Poland. particularly. Don't recognize any of these places. Obviously, they're probably just towns. So I guess we'll find out soon where this is going to be. And it was indeed kind of northeast there, so indeed kind of had that right vibe. Only ever so slightly closer there, within 1 kilometer of each other in terms of the distance. And the next one here is Eswatini, so we'll go as quickly as we can here. Get a bit of a region guess going. Oh, it's not Eswatini at all. It's like Brazil or something. Really thought it looked like Eswatini at this view, but that's actually a Mexican sign. So where do you go here? I don't know, like, why is it looking so, like, this dark soil, I'm just gonna guess, but this dark soil is so interesting because it kind of looks a bit, what would you say, like, volcanic, but I don't think we're near a volcano or anything. I think it's just the way the soil is here. And yeah, so the matter I was talking about here was this kind of thick arrow, which you only see in Mexico. It's slightly thicker than most other countries. And yeah, it was just all the way on the west coast there. Makes sense, Sinaloa, and our opponent will go in Brazil, which is reasonable, but of course wrong. And so what do we gain here? Just 1 point again, which is sad. 2 wins for 2 points, and we lost 20 points on the loss, and that was even against a person who was pretty similar rated. Anyway, we're against Yoda I Am now, and we probably have the opponent opportunity to get some points here, so this is good. This is Bulgaria, I think, though I'm not entirely sure. I think I'll just go for it here. Wait, our opponent guesses immediately, which is interesting. It does give you a bit of Bulgarian vibes, doesn't it? This whole thing. Just very super dead, a bit of like a pale road, so yeah, I really like it here. Let's just go for this kind of region here, and it was indeed right in the center of the city, or right in the center of the country, and our opponent is 25 kilometers away, so really a just fast plonk there from our opponent. 2 times in a row, people putting pressure on us here, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy that, but obviously it's unpleasant when you're on the when you're on the receiving end of it sometimes. Anyway, this one's like, we got like Polish street signs here, but we're in like Brazil or something here. Yeah, we got round things. Oh, that's interesting. Vitoria, that's down here somewhere, isn't it? Should actually find the spot, I guess. So Vitoria, where is that? It's not this one here, is it? No, that's San Jose. Where is Vitoria? I thought this was quite south. Though I guess I don't see it. Maybe it's further up this. Oh, it's here, of course. Now I remember. Gave me south vibes, but yeah, our opponent guessed it, and will they know it? Will they? Yeah, they don't. Yeah, it's the capital city of Espírito Santo, as far as I remember, and our opponent goes to Sao Paulo, so that's good for us. I just had to remember there. If our opponent guessed a bit sooner, I may not have been able to get there because it took me a bit of memory work there, but that's okay. Next one here, we got Lesotho Hills, and when you see Lesotho Hills in Generation 2, well, you can guess many places, but one of them is Vicksburg, which is here. So I would say we're like kind of more so up on the road here like this, and indeed we're right there. Very good indeed. 2 good guesses in a row there, and it's not going to be too much damage. Our opponent got the vibe. They may as well have clicked in Lesotho, honestly, with those hills, if you don't know which side it is. But yeah, more so dry to the west, of course. Okay. Next one here, going to be somewhere in Senegal. No, actually in Nigeria here. And I don't really know where this one's going to be. It can really be anywhere in the north of Nigeria. I guess I'll just go like here as a bit of a hedge. But we'll just hope our opponent doesn't know this car meta and so doesn't get close. Well, it's just in Kano there. It's going to be 500 points damage. Not too bad. Probably could have clicked the city there, but ultimately wouldn't have been knockout damage anyway, so that's fine. 1.5 times damage now. We're going to be somewhere in northern Colombia here. Might just go straight for it just because we've got the car meta here. And yeah, our opponent, oh yeah, I keep forgetting this isn't a low-rated opponent, so maybe I shouldn't be so confident with the guesses, but hey, it's worked out so far. We've done much more damage than we've given. Yeah, no, we've done much more damage than they've given. And here we are in Russia, so we've learned that Russia can just end it all in an instant. In the last 2 episodes, that's where our losses came from. Or not true, but here we go. Where is this going to be? I get more of like a west vibe here. I don't like see east super a lot here. I think we should just guess, but it does leave it a bit down to luck. I still think this is just like somewhere like, you know, Nizhny Novgorod, kind of a bit further north kind of vibe here. Might hedge it a little bit further towards Kazan. No, I'll just go like that. That feels fine to me. Probably not where I clicked, but hopefully not too far from where I clicked either. Yeah, it's like very like plain vibes, like a lot of birches, so should be like fairly northern, all things considered. And it was Yekaterinburg. They would have been better off going closer to Kazan, but it's going to be knockout damage anyway. Hard to be too proud of that guess, but hey, we got the right vibe and we get 7 points for it. So that is GG's to our opponent, and we're gaining back that the rating that we lost. The good thing about playing like this as well is we get more games in, which is always nice, I think. Okay, next one here is going to be Argentina, and we're going to go super fast here because there's not many points on offer on this duel, and I feel like, yeah, going is just the best option. Okay, this is Mendoza area. I could be pretty confident. We have big mountains west, and we have vineyards here, which you can see over here. That combination should be Mendoza area, and indeed it was. And our opponent goes Cordoba, which is not too bad. But always keep an eye out for the mountains there, guys, because you can, if you see the big mountains west, then of course Cordoba has some mountains, but you know, you just go west because that's the Andes. Okay, next one here, what are we looking at? This is like Thailand or Cambodia. Looks like Cambodian antenna, so I would just kind of click around here. It's probably somewhere in the kind of northeastern half of the country. With that, we should be pretty close here. So let's see if our opponent thinks it's Brazil, perhaps, because it does kind of look like Brazil, especially this kind of fence here, looking a little bit Brazilian. So if our opponent goes there, we may win. And he does, but yeah, it's obviously going to be good damage, but not quite enough there. We weren't really close enough. So next rounds, we'll just go really quickly here. Let's see if we can make something happen here. This is difficult. We do have some Arabic, though. So I would say this is just Pakistan. So maybe Lahore is where most of the Trekker is. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, this is really cool Trekker, by the way. I mean, look at this alleyway. It's very, like, vibrant. There's a lot of stuff going on there, which is pretty cool. But of course, our opponent gets the city, which is classic Jules knowledge. The amount of Lahore on Jules is quite ridiculous. Okay, here we are in, like, southern England, I would say. This probably is just London. But can I see anything here? Let's actually move to see if we can outplonk our opponent here. And that sign annoyingly disappears, so let's go here instead. What does that say? Roger. Yeah, I don't know if that's anything. What about, like, I just want to go to the corner here, see if the church has got anything on it that we can use here. Not really, does it? Yeah, it's British architecture. It's like English architecture. So yeah, I'd feel good for just going like London here, honestly. Outskirts of London, it's a bit of a boring guess, but I feel like our opponent may just plonk. And yeah, we are kind of closer there. Is it 200 points closer? I think it might be. Oh, it's not quite. That's a really nice guess. It's a shame that we don't pull the full points there because our opponent just goes in the middle of London. But the West London vibes, guys. I guess I had it somehow. Next one here, this is going to be, I guess, like Riga or something like that, maybe. That's the vibe I got here. Let's see if we can jump into some Generation 4 or something on the intersection here. No, it's hilly. And we have all white number plates as well. So is that kind of strange, guys? I'm actually not sure what country we're in just yet. What is that hill doing there? Is it Poland or what's the lack of blue strips? So what language is that? It's Eastern European language of some kind. I don't know why, but I'm kind of blanking here. I hate these like big intersection kind of rounds. Here we have some Generation 4. Surely we just have something better here, like some. Oh, is it? Yeah. I mean, it can be like Czechoslovakia. This is interesting. I think it's okay. What's this? Okay, what's that language, though? I actually didn't work this out yet, guys. Look, we just have to get our marker down somewhere. It's probably, like, Slovakia or something, but it didn't look like Slovak. Ah, shit. It's Maribor. Wow. I almost never, like, completely don't recognize Slovenia like that, but for some reason, I just didn't get it there. That's so, like, you know, it's flat. It's harder to get. But, okay, here we are in Turkey. Let's get the vibes here quickly. Oh, this is like definitely this kind of area here. There's like a ton of like kind of this darker, cloudy coverage in this western half of Turkey. Yeah, and we get it. Nice. Okay, so that's obviously all we needed to win there. Obviously, we're only going to get like 1 point, I think, for this whole duel, if even that. We'll get 2. That's actually a nice little bonus there, so that's good. Yeah, an interesting little duel there. I'm kind of disappointed about my Slovenia guess, especially because it's one of my favorite countries, but hey, that happens. It happens. Next one here, we got the Italian street signs with Via on them. This feels more northern, I would say, but I don't really have anything good apart from that, so I think we go like Bologna here. We also have like these trees which Steek calls the Rome trees, which are kind of like those kind of like Spanish looking pines, so maybe we are closer to Rome here, wouldn't be surprised, but it is pretty northern architecture. Like this almost feels, you know, like a different country, so that's interesting. Was indeed up to Padua there, but I feel like between Venice and Rome you get those trees, and they're really definitely more concentrated between Florence and Rome, so it is pretty useful still. Next one here, round poles feels Korean, does it not? Yeah, we are in Korea here. This is like a middle plonk round for sure. The question is, can our opponent find some language in time if they're not quite sure about the country? I can imagine you go in the wrong country here, although, like, as soon as you get down the road a bit here, you see, like, the Korean poles, you see some people, and our opponent does the exact same thing that we do, so that is very reasonable indeed. Very slow start to this duel, almost no damage exchanged. Next one here is Tunisia, and we got the northern follow car here. This is very dry. I would probably just go Tunis here, even though it's probably one of the other 2 cities either side of it, but that's what I'm going to go for. It's probably Bizerta or Hammamet. Yeah, and yeah, that's the great thing about going fast. Our opponent does go Israel. Had massive Israeli vibes. It was Bizerta, so we don't really miss out on too many potential points there. Indeed, probably going quickly really helps. But our opponent guessed before they ran out of time anyway, so it's kind of interesting. Next one here, feeling kind of Mediterranean, right? We got like, is this, yeah, this is Greece, actually. So we saw the Greek poles here. It's probably further south. I don't really know. It's probably on an island, is what kind of I thought. But it's either like Athens or an island, and I don't know which. But or maybe I'm completely spouting some nonsense right now. But yeah, it's just like these bins you see all over the Mediterranean, and it was just Athens there. I didn't even realize I just clicked Athens out of a force of habit. Athens. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. Okay, next one here we got Norwegian language. Trafikkskolen. Okay, got you. Understood. Do we see anything here that's actually useful beyond that? Not really. Not really. I don't think we saw the town name yet, which is fine. Is it a bit further north or a bit further south? This feels a bit further north, I must admit. That kind of mossy hill thing. I'm going to try further north for that reason. Let's just go for it here. I'm happy with it. It feels like a smaller town as well. Like we can see kind of the limits of the town end here, So yeah, I feel good about Lofoten kind of area here. Seems quite possible to me. We'll find out soon enough if it's just south though. And it was kind of between us there, so our opponent gets a good guess. Definitely going to keep alive. Is AD 808. Okay, next round here, double damage. Round 6. So what are we thinking here? This is probably, oh, is it San Marino? Surely this is too flat for San Marino, but it is going to be Italy somewhere nearby. Okay, we actually have place names here. I want to check those out quickly. It almost looks like Czechia, you know, with these place like this kind of thing. Anyway, great sentences have been coming out right now. A14 is, I have no idea how big, but it is Italian, so I guess we'll just kind of click middle here. This feels fine to me. Middle click. Maybe a bit further south would be my main vibe, but I feel like this kind of, if it reminded me of oh, we have the Rome trees, actually, and we click near Rome, so I like it. I think our guess is good. Forget it. Forget everything. We've got the Rome trees. Let's see if we're correct about that, and it was nearby to Rome. Very good indeed. That is almost knockout damage. In fact, it is just by 20 points. Very good. Fast maths there, and we get 1 point for our efforts there. So let's head through to another one here. Why not? We're making good time. 1 or 2 more, depending on how fast they go. And we're against the same opponent here, so 1 point of rating on offer, unfortunately. That's all we got to do, though. We just got to grind it. This is Eswatini. Let's go. See if our opponent knows it. And we got sugarcane here, which is interesting. I feel like middle does kind of work for sugarcane, though I'm not really sure which places you're most likely to see it. I mean, you see a lot of sugarcane around Durban as well, so that's a good little meta for you guys. It was kind of northeast there. Interesting. Opponent goes on Lesotho. Good vibes, as in they knew it wasn't South Africa, but obviously it pays off for us. Yeah. Okay, next one here. Looks like a Lithuanian giveaway sign maybe to me. This could be Vilnius. Everything feels right, I would say. Do we have blue strips though? No, it's Russia. Okay, if it's Russia, and do we have hills in the background there? Not so sure about that. This is a important city. It kind of reminds me of pictures I've seen of Yekaterinburg before. Could that be true? I mean, it is very open here, and look at this place. This is pretty impressive. I might just go for Yekaterinburg. I mean, like, why not? It came to mind. It's relatively flat in Yekaterinburg, and, you know, I can imagine it, like, kind of looking pretty open like this as well. And it was instead in this city here. Opponent goes in Moscow. Good guess from them. Just 270 points of damage, though. It's fine. Okay. I feel like Yekaterinburg does have some, like, palaces like that, but to be honest, that probably wasn't really what I was thinking of at all. Well, obviously it wasn't, but you know what I mean. Next one here is Poland, and it gives me more of a, I don't know. It doesn't give me any vibe, to be honest with you. I want to sound like I know something here, but really I just click middle of the country or somewhere nearby and hope for the best. Although some of these buildings almost felt like a bit German, like this one here, the roof. And of course it was not even remotely close to Germany, but I guess it was pretty good. Although it would have been better with the classic wood hedge, which is, you know, just about the center city of the country. Okay, this is New Zealand, I think. Or is it Australia? Could be Australia. It's New Zealand, okay. And it's not pleasant. Like, New Zealand's often not pleasant like this, where it's just so flat. This is flat like the South Island, surely. I think so. Though I'm not entirely sure. I think I'll just go for it here. Like, Ashburton area, maybe. Let's go for it, guys. I don't know. We're not going to lose here, so I feel like just the quick guess is fine. I'll see what we see over here. Is there anything useful? I mean, those names kind of feel a bit more North Island, but I still think I prefer South. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was just near Christchurch there. That's good. Obviously, decent damage, though, before any multipliers. It's really nothing too crazy. 1.5 times damage now. Got a few rocks on the side of the road and some Mediterranean-looking buildings here. Kosic feels pretty much like Croatia, doesn't it? Kosic is probably too small to find, but I'll just go there. Wouldn't be surprised if we were pretty close, though, because this is kind of that landscape. These rock walls, very, very common in in Croatia, and one of my favorite features of the Croatian landscape, honestly. I really love the rock walls. I'd love to go see them one day. And let's see where it was. Was much further north there, just on the island. That makes sense because you can see that pretty often on islands as well. Our opponent goes in Austria, so that would have been an opportunity to do quite a bit of damage because Austria is not the best guess there. Anyway, here we have double damage in Finland, I would say. Very rocky here. Not really sure what kind of vibe I get here. I might just click middle of the country, honestly, because I could see it being a whole bunch of places. Like, I do think it's the southern half. Now that I kind of see this, like, green field in the background. Southern half, because a bit of agriculture or something, but definitely could be west or east here. Probably not middle. And it was instead west. Good guess from our opponent, honestly. I wonder what they found in order to get it, but it's a good guess. So we're not actually at that much of an advantage now at 2.5 times damage. The wrong round could cost us 30 ELO points. This is going to be somewhere in Argentina, I believe. We have, yeah, oh good, this is interesting. Like, definitely West Argentina. I want to see if I can see any, like, metas here that could lead me to go, like, a certain area, but I don't see any, like, good urban metas. Red poles, yeah, I mean, these are pretty big mountains here, and it's relatively warm, but not too warm. So, yeah, I guess just anything along here makes quite a bit of sense. I don't think it's as south as, well, this is interesting, isn't it? We do have, like, a bit of a palm there. Yeah, so we go further north then. We go, like, this kind of area, Catamarca area or something like that. Should be fine. And yeah, it was San Miguel instead. So opponent's guess in Cordoba's still good, but it's going to be 2.3k damage. Could have knocked him out with the perfect guess, but that's okay. We'll definitely be happy with what we got. This is South Africa, or Lesotho actually. This is actually one of the rare times I'm a little confused. We do have a bit of corn here, so I'm going to click kind of more northern here, kind of around this kind of area here. Shouldn't be too far from Maseru, but with the wrong region guess, our opponent can get knocked out here. Yeah, it's a very interesting Lesotho. Not typical, I would say. This is like about as hard as Lesotho gets, assuming we are there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we are. So let's see where our opponent goes here. Will they get it? And yeah, we 5k'd it. That's crazy. Yeah, this area has a lot of corn. Actually, there's a town called Corn Exchange here. So that is a good way to remember it, but we didn't knock him out. Interesting. How much damage was that? Okay, right down low here. And now we are over in looking for rifts here. No rifts. So something like southern Eastern Europe here. Is that Croatian? I mean, Slovakian house numbers here? Couldn't actually quite tell. No, it's not even a house number. Okay, actually unsure about the country just so far at the moment. And what is this? Getting a bit glitched here, unfortunate. Do we see, guys, I don't know, is this another Slovenia that I'm missing again? And oh, we're frozen. Okay, we're back. Definitely a sign that this is probably the last duel, I think. So let's see. I mean, we should just be guessing here, shouldn't we? But I want to come across something. Okay, then we have a Slovakian, a Czech, bollard. I'm gonna hedge it here. Because I'm assuming our opponent may still not know the country. I still feel better about Slovakia anyway. We could have just checked one of the number plates here. Looks like a Czech number plate to me. So hopefully we're not too far. It could be the other side of the country. And it is. That's obviously pretty big damage, 3.5 times damage. And our computer is, for some reason, not having a good time right now. That was a difficult round. Definitely that German border stuff can be, like, Polish border can be difficult. This is Indonesia. And we have unhelpful Poles. We have tons. Okay, this should just be Sulawesi. We go quickly here. Because, reason being, we have these, like, very organized fences, and we have these uneven poles, and we have tons of palms. So those three combined for Sulawesi most times. Especially these fences, and also we have some Sulawesi architecture here, I think. Yeah, this kind of roof here, and yeah, we got right there as well. Okay, so nice way to end off the video there. Opponent goes in Malaysia, which is not a terrible guess. We say GG there, so it's definitely worth learning some Indonesia. Okay, so we end up the video about where we started, just a little bit lower, but that is just fine, because obviously you have to take losses sometimes, and the way we did it wasn't too bad. We quickly got back on the grind, and we're up to 70 again. So not too bad there of a video. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and guys, I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, and goodbye.